Hello everyone, Maurice here, and today I'm bringing you another meta report for Axie Infinity Origins. Now it's Season 11, the early epic era. So today I decided to actually, well, from now on, do it slightly earlier, basically a day early, just to fit my schedule. And yeah, it's just been pretty busy. So good that today I managed to squeeze in some time to just make a quick video. The gist of it is that it is a pretty diverse meta, so a lot of things at the top. So I'll just get into the, you know, uh, report itself. So first of all, its player-based statistics is already at 120k players, and interestingly is that actually most of the players are near like the boar area as opposed to like the chick and egg. So meaning that actually quite a lot of the so-called I would say new players or like players who are just don't play that consistently or that don't play that much still actually moved up, meaning that not as many players who just play a few games and then just quit, and there are actually more players I would say moving up the rank, which is a good thing to see. Yeah, so here's kind of the board statistics, right? Because usually egg and chick are the definitely the most populated, just because a lot of players maybe like just try a few games and then they just never come back again. But that's not the case for this season so far. Okay, in terms of archetype usage, I would say that's the main thing to look at. So of course it's still very, very early, and yeah, I would say ignore the top as well because the 22k plus actually at the time of writing there's nobody yet there, so it was probably like someone was at that level and then dropped back down. But anyway, so you look at 21 to 2200 range, then you'll see basically that there are quite a lot of different archetypes that are viable. I would say bubble aggro is like still the most popular, but there's also Jinx, there's also Poison, there's triple R as well. So those are I would say the four most popular archetype at the very top. But having said that, you can still see like Shield, you see yeah, Snake Jar Turnip, you see like Earwing, Winghorn, you see like Sleep Poison, and even Fury Aggro. Yeah, quite a lot of those are viable at the very top as well. Yeah, so I would say pretty diverse meta. If you look at the overall, especially the climb to Challenger, right, because a lot of players are really just climbing to Challenger. That's like it doesn't have necessarily have to be the top, right? Then actually overall, the player base, at least like at close to Challenger, Jinx, Sleep Poison, Fury Aggro, and Earring Winghorn Poison, those are the most popular, I would say. And even Anemone, even though Anemone, yeah, not really doing too well at the top, so they only find them, so you don't see that as much, I would say, especially if you go to the top. But yeah, so those are the main archetypes, but still, there are just so many different things that are viable, which is a nice thing to see. So okay, so in terms of the matchup, so I'll just make it a bit smaller. So not the matchup, I mean the win rates. Then yeah, I mean most of the stuff is pretty similar to the usage data, right? It's the bubble aggro, jinx, earring ringhorn, poison. I'll say the main thing to note is really that stick job turnip is really not doing too well and it's really going like down in that sense. And then the other one is probably confused. Yeah, and topaz. Yeah, so there are certain archetypes where it's probably because it's an early meta, right? It's probably on the way down in that sense. Whereas there are some that are on the way up. I feel like, for example, Clover, Ram Tiny Fan, I think is a good one that should be we should watch out for. Some with the Ram Tiny Fan with Perch as well, and then Sandal perhaps. Yeah, so those are if you are looking to climb, then maybe those are the archetypes. Okay, then let's just look at the matchup. So for the matchup, right, it is pretty, diverse in the sense that like at least for the most popular ones, there are good and bad matchup between the most popular ones, which is always a good thing, right? So that means you most likely run into those, and sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose. So at least like that's like it's not like oh you consistently lose in that sense because if you consistently lose against the most popular archetype, you're probably not going to do too well. So I would say Bubble Aggro is one to watch because it's pretty popular, and one of the archetypes that's like doing well against it is Ram Tiny Fan. Yeah, I should show this. Yeah, Ram Tiny Fan is definitely one that at the top, right? That's relevant where there are a lot of Bubble Aggro. Maybe that's a counter. Uh, yeah, Mid Sleep as well, but Mid Sleep is not really doing too well against others, so that's why I don't think it's too competitive. But Ram Tiny Fan definitely has some potential if Bubble Aggro is going to be way too popular. Another thing to note is that there are different archetypes. Some are I would say more polarizing. For example, spikes for sure, mid sleep, or even like eggshell mavis, which is the one I play personally for now. So yeah, it's some people don't like it, and actually I've learned to like it is in the sense that because I have limited time these days. So actually these days, sometimes if I see a bad matchup, I just auto concede, whereas if I see a good matchup, I'll just win quickly. So it's just not bad, you know. For me, like if time is limited. Okay, anyway, so. That's basically it for this report. So of course, do check out more data in the blog post. Okay, and yeah, that's it. And then I'll see you again in the next video.